So we'd like to announce a next big step. We are introducing a capability called deep research.
OpenAI just brought out the big guns. OpenAI just released deep research. And in my opinion, I think this is in direct response to DeepSeek's R1 and their deep thinking model. It's also funny that they have it also as deep in both of these, I guess to overshadow what DeepSeek has been doing, but this is nothing to scoff at. This is their advancements on AI agents, as well as them using O3 in the background. Deep research is basically them taking away the research constraints and, well, allowing them to think longer, allowing the AI time to think longer than maybe a minute, maybe longer than 5. They say it can think to 30 minutes, maybe an hour to do really deep research in the topic, but it doesn't stop there. It also has access now to the internet. So it's not just thinking and just keep on querying its own data and thinking about it internally. They're actually opening up web pages, Googling stuff, researching things, finding information, and then restructuring the things and thoughts that they may have had with the new information to make new assumptions and to make new discoveries. They said this is the goal for them to be able to, well, unearth different things and for AI to actually find their own solutions to problems. I'll also let you have this guy from OpenAI explain what exactly deep research actually is.
What is deep research? Deep research is a model that does multi-step research on the internet. And what it does is it discovers content, it synthesizes content, and it reasons about this content, adapting its plan as it uncovers more and more information. So one important feature of deep research, why we call it deep research instead of just research, is that we've removed latency constraints from the model. Typically, models return fairly quickly, but deep research models, they can take 5, sometimes even 30 minutes before they come back with an answer. And we think this is a good thing, not a bad thing. We think it's important for our models to start doing autonomous tasks for much longer in an unsupervised way. And this is core to our AGI roadmap as well. I think our ultimate aspiration is a model that can uncover and discover new knowledge for itself. And the first step here is a model that can go and synthesize and understand the information on the web. What you get from deep research is a comprehensive, fully cited research paper, essentially something that an analyst or an expert in a field might produce to you.
Deep research seems very advanced to me. For it to be able to have 30 minutes or longer times for it to think about different things is pretty good. If you think that this is something to joke around about, this thing is giving back PhD level research papers. So it's able to go in, do research for 30 minutes, and then give you back a whole thesis with sources and very detailed, organized thoughts. And if you think like 30 minutes is kind of a long time, I want you to think about a whole PhD level student, doctorate level person being able to do this. It wouldn't take 30 minutes to do this. Even writing all of this up by itself would take longer, even if you was literally just looking at a paper and transferring from one paper to another, let alone going in and doing research, thinking about it, pondering on it, and then returning stuff. That's a huge deal. But this does take a while, but it's still like you could done 5 or 6 or maybe 20, 30, 40, 50 different research papers in a day, as well as you don't have to stop one to start another. You can do these without even having to figure out anything, right? So this is a huge deal and definitely beats DeepSeek out the water if you think about it. But I don't think this is such a huge moat that DeepSeek couldn't come and replicate some of these features because, well, if the main thing that they did was stopping the parameters for AI to respond and having it, well, think more, think longer, I think that may be something that DeepSeek could also replicate. Also, having it have access to the internet, I think DeepSeek can also do that. So if that's the parameters, DeepSeek may not be too far behind, but I think what also DeepSeek may be behind in is, well, they are using O3 in the background. And so if DeepSeek R1 is, well, comparable to ChatGPT 01, O3 is better. So even if they can replicate the longer thinking chains as well as the access to the internet and incorporating it into the long thinking, they won't be able to recreate O3 for a while, which will probably give out better papers or faster outputs. But they were also saying that this can be done for market research, for even things on your job. Let's say you have a presentation and you wanted to do research on that, you could as well, or even just different creative tasks like a gap in the market or something, which is very interesting. I'll leave you with this demo here where they actually show you how to do it, and they show you some examples about, hey, this is what it returned. And this paper is pretty long. Check it out.
And so, as we mentioned, the deep research model can take a really long time to respond. So we generated some examples this morning to show you the range of different things it can do. And so we can look through some of them now. Finance problem. So I'm an investment analyst in a Silicon Valley VC firm. I want to analyze the market for civilian supersonic air travel and prepare a thorough investment memo, and then many other specifications. And so the model clarifies, and we provided some additional requirements for the memo. And then the model kicked off the task. And as you can see, it went and researched for 7 minutes, used 12 different sources, and then came back to us with quite a comprehensive report of the field. And you can imagine if you were doing this for your job, this would be quite helpful to bootstrap your research as you're doing your initial investigation.
I think ChatGPT definitely brought out the big guns on this. And they also said they were in Japan to demonstrate something else with one of their partners in Japan. So it's very curious to see what else they can have. I think DeepSeek is definitely putting pressure on ChatGPT. Same thing Claude did in the beginning with just the regular ChatGPT having a really good chatbot. Claude put a lot of pressure there too. I think DeepSeek definitely put a lot of pressure in the long thinking with the deep thinking from DeepSeek. And I'm just happy to see that even with Google Veo is putting pressure on ChatGPT with their Sora. So it's a lot of just different areas that ChatGPT is competing on, but it seems like this competition is bringing out the best in a lot of different companies. If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest news and AI tools, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dexter out.